Stay back. I was just trying to get to the doctor and I'm autistic. It takes me a... My tax money paid for this.
That's funny no matter who it is.
What? Who's out there? Stop! Okay, back out! Ow!
Kamusta, y'all. Welcome to the Kapare Smoke Break. I'm the Kapare, and let's see what we can find on TikTok today.
Shame! 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 Shame!
Got too many people that have watched Game of Thrones. They just need to come up with a better protest.
Shame! Shame! What's happening to her? Shame!
Yeah, this is the aftermath of the shooting a few days ago, where a woman tried to run over an ICE agent and he didn't take that very well and shot her as she barreled towards him. It was a short barrel, but that ICE agent in particular had previously been run over and dragged by a vehicle, and he just not too long ago gotten out of the hospital. So he's a little sketchy, and he had every right to defend himself, because a vehicle, when aimed at you, is a lethal weapon.
I want to move my car! Ah! I am disabled! I have a brain injury!
Stay back.
I am autistic and I have a brain injury!
I think Democrat qualifies as being brain injured. Yeah, as if you're a liberal, yeah, you do have a brain injury.
Put me down! I was just trying to get to the doctor and I'm autistic! It takes me a... I want to move my car!
I think I've seen the prelude to this, and she was impeding ICE, if it's the correct person, and they drug her out of her car when she was blocking traffic, and this is the finish of it.
My tax money paid for this!
That's funny no matter who it is. Embarrassing for him, but hey, I've done that. I've been in law enforcement. Luckily, I don't recall slipping on the ice while I was on duty. And I was in South Germany at the time as a military policeman. Yeah, you get talked down about a few people, but I had some friends that weren't military police, and they actually knew I was a pretty good guy. Good as in cool, I don't know.
I just said, we are Native, we're Native American, we are U.S. citizens, and it just didn't matter.
Doesn't matter, you need to have identification proving that you're an American citizen, not just Native.
You help us! We're citizens! Beto, get your ID! Okay! Who's out there? Stop! Ow! Okay, Beto! Ow! Beto!
Can you explain what happened last week?
Yeah, this is literally just the day before when Renee Good got shot. I was just freaked out. Like, they don't want to stop nowhere where nobody would see. You know, it felt like I was getting kidnapped. Like they literally rushed me out of my auntie's car and handcuffed me, threw me in their car, and tried to keep me down, put my hoodie up. And they don't even care if you got your identification; they'll take you. Like, they're just evil people. I didn't think I had nothing to worry about because I was a U.S. citizen. You know, I'm half Mexican, half Native. You know, that didn't matter though to them.
How does it feel to be stopped by federal immigration agents as a Native American?
We thought we were safe. You are from here. We are Native. We are the original. Don't be scared. They can't do anything. Can't touch us. We are untouchable. Seeing what had happened to us and to my nephew.
Everybody's subject to the law. Nobody is above the law. And that includes government officials such as senators and mayors or governors, and even the president has to obey the law. That's what these guys are bitching about. They're saying that the president is breaking the law, and when he's not, he's working with it totally within his power.
We are a nobody to these agents. But
Everybody is a nobody to anybody that doesn't know you. They're a nobody to me. I don't know their name. I'm not friends with them. I don't care to know their name. I don't socialize.
a month prior, I was driving over here, and I was coming up to a stop, and I didn't know it was ICE agents, and they started yelling, and I rolled my window a little, and I said, "What?" And he said, "Coming for you." And I said, "I'm Native American." And he says, "Yeah, you're next." Any immigrant, I can imagine the fear that they are living currently. I just said,
I am U.S. citizen.
Do you have an ID on you, ma'am?
I don't need an ID to walk around in my city. This is my city.
Okay, do you have
This is
some
my
ID
home.
then, please?
I don't need an
If
ID.
not, we're going to put you in the vehicle. We're going to...
ICE agents have full authority to require you to produce ID, so if you don't, they can actually detain you until they find out exactly who you are.
ID you.
ID.
Huh?
I'm not going to take out, you take out your ID.
You don't have an ID?
I'm not going to take out an ID.
Hey man, it's
I am
gonna
U.S.
happen either
citizen.
way.
I am U.S. citizen.
You have to
All right,
prove
can I
it.
see an ID, please?
I am U.S. citizen. I don't need to carry around an ID in my home.
Well,
This is my home.
Where were you born?
This is my home.
Where were you born?
Minneapolis is my home.
Ma'am, that's not...
This
That's,
is-
we're
this-
doing an immigration check. We're doing a
This is-
citizen
this
check.
is- this is
and
where-
we're asking you where you were born.
This is where I belong. This is my home.
Ma'am, you
and
can
I-
belong here, but where were you born?
And I am not going to give you an ID.
Then we're going to put you in the vehicle until we can ID you.
I belong here. I should be walking around here free. I shouldn't be afraid in my life at this point.
Ma'am, do you have an
You
ID
making
to
me
give
a
us?
skirt? No.
Yes, you're correct.
You making me a scare. You making me a
Do you have an
panic.
ID?
This is my home.
Ma'am, where were you born?
I am you.
If you're a citizen, you can clear all this up by showing ID. If you're not a citizen, that's probably why you're scared. And just, you can clear it up one way or another. Show them ID. I have a feeling that you're not a citizen and you're just trying to lie.
A citizen. I am U.S. citizen. I
Prove
don't
it.
think so. You have a right to picture me while I am in my home and walking around in my home. This is not acceptable. You guys, you're terrorizing people,
Ma'am,
and it's not
where
acceptable.
were you born?
It doesn't matter where I was born. I belong here. I am U.S. citizen. What else can I say? I am citizen. This is my home.
You realize that if you lie that you're a
Minneapolis-
U.S. citizen,
Minneapolis is my home.
then you can get
Minneapolis is
federal
my
charges.
home. I belong here. I'm sorry. I belong.
Yeah, if you're not a U.S. citizen and you lie about being a U.S. citizen, that can actually hurt your chances on becoming a U.S. citizen. That is on the questionnaire for filling out the application to become a U.S. citizen. If you have, I think it's the interview if you actually ask. I don't remember if it's on the form or not, but either on the form or during the interview, they actually asked if you've ever claimed American citizenship when you actually don't, and it's troublesome if you have.
Yeah. I'm not gonna take out an ID.
What the fuck?
I am U.S. citizen.
Thing about this is though, is if you say you're going to do something, you need to follow through with it. Otherwise, you appear weak. If you can't enforce what you say, don't say it. But for not providing ID, they had every right. They had every authority to put her in the back of that truck.
Mobile phone footage has just emerged, which appears to have been filmed by the immigration agent who shot a mother of three in Minneapolis on Wednesday. The video was released by Alpha News, a right-wing Minnesota news outlet. In it, Renee Good can be seen sitting in her car, blocking the road and smiling at the officer approaching her. Let's listen to what happened next.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former. You want to come at us?
What?
I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Personal attacks shows low intelligence.
Get out of the car.
Oh. You heard that woman's wife yelling at her to drive. And she was aiming right at him anyway, so you heard the impact of the car hitting him, and he then shot at her to defend himself. And there she goes to hit the pole.
State officials in Minnesota are deeply unhappy that the FBI has taken over the investigation into the killing, shutting them out. U.S. Editor Anush.
Oh yeah, you hit a federal agent. He defended himself, and unfortunately somebody ended up not surviving it, but you try and block and harass and assault an agent with a deadly weapon, you're going to get the bad end of something.
Oh, we got the power march. What are we doing here? What? I go!
You're arresting the dancing giraffe. Is that the right side of history?
The line is in the middle of the street!
You proud of what you're doing?
It's in the middle of the street!
Let him through!
He was just using his first...
Problem is, we didn't see any prelude to this. This is the first time I've seen this giraffe. So he could have done something before the recording started here for this clip. And you know how people are. They're not going to show anything that incriminates them.
Man, are you actually defending the Constitution?
It's about 6:15 p.m. on Tuesday, January 13th. This post is for ICE agents. Do you guys not understand that this administration, Donald Trump, Kristi Noem, Stephen Miller, are hoping that some of you get shot and killed on the streets in Minneapolis?
No, they're not.
Do you not understand that this administration wants to sacrifice some of you? They don't care which ones. They could give two shits which ones. They want you.
The conservative side doesn't want anybody to die. It's the liberals that want people to die. I mean, they've admitted it. They want to see Trump not be in office, and I've seen 8647, and the guy carrying that sign, or t-shirt, he even said 8647, it's for Donald Trump. Yeah, that's the liberals that want all the violence. It's the conservatives that want everything to go well and obey the laws. And liberals only want to obey laws that actually conform to their ideals. They're not even actually that big on First Amendment unless it's their First Amendment right. If it's your First Amendment right and you start disagreeing with them, they don't care. And they think you don't need it.
To get shot on the streets of Minneapolis by civilians. They want that to happen. Are they paying you enough for you to get shot and killed, or shot and gravely permanently injured for the rest of your life? You guys are this administration's bait. You are the...
This one's way too long. I'm not going to deal with his... So far, I've heard nothing but stupidity from him. I don't expect anything of intelligence to come out.
Eyes forward, ma'am.
Shame! You're on the wrong side of
How's
history!
it feel, huh? Got all of it right here, lady.
Eyes out of Seattle!
Watch the step. Clear a path, please.
Cameras up! Get their faces!
Door coming.
Shame on you.
Listen, have y'all not learned from the past couple of days? Have you not
Learn what? What's our lesson here? What do you want us to learn?
Hey, give me my phone back!
In a video circulating online, an ICE agent is heard telling a woman who was recording him, "Have y'all not learned from the past couple days?" The comment comes just days after the of Renee Nicole Good in Minneapolis. Good, a U.S. citizen, was and during a federal enforcement operation involving ICE. Authorities say the agent involved after what they described as a confrontation. The incident is now under investigation. Since her public scrutiny of ICE operations has intensified. In the newly shared video, the agent appears to reference the recent while confronting a civilian who was filming in a public space, a right protected under the First Amendment. Civil rights advocates say the remark has raised concerns about intimidation and accountability, particularly as tensions remain high following goods. Officials have not commented directly on the confrontation shown in the video. Renee Nicole Good was a mother, a wife, and a member of the Minneapolis community. Her death has prompted calls for transparency, oversight, and answers. As investigations continue, questions remain about the use of force and about the message sent when authority meets public scrutiny.
Shame.
Yeah, if this isn't AI, which I kind of suspect it is, if it's not AI and he actually did slap a phone out of her hand, he is wrong. And the investigation will find it if this is real and he's actually wrong, or if he actually slapped out of her hand, because that's an assault he had no right to. You have a right to record in public. Nobody has an expectation of privacy in public, even though a lot of people think you have to get permission. You don't. If you're in public, deal with somebody taking your picture. But that's only in the U.S. Other countries, don't try it, because you can actually, some countries actually have privacy laws. Oh, they knew who she was. She impeded ICE agents, and they drug her out of her car and detained her for it. They released her shortly after. Thing is, they arrest you, they don't need your ID right there if you've done something wrong.
Don't got you flipping number.
Oh, this is the one I was talking about earlier where that woman was being carried through the streets. Yeah, this is the one. It's like she did something wrong. She actually impeded ICE officers. So they opened her car door, started dragging her out, and she was holding onto the seatbelt, and they cut it. And that was all she wrote. They detained her afterwards. That's all I know on that one.
I'm absolutely shocked reading the news about ICE agent and this woman. Sometimes I feel that Americans are not in America and you're not aware of basics of your country. I'm a first generation immigrant. I came from Russia and I went through all immigrational steps, including I went to American college. We had social integration classes there. Every first generation immigrant knows. For the context, when first time traffic police officer stopped me, I passed out. I lost consciousness because I was afraid that he's gonna me. I didn't do anything wrong, but I thought if American police officer stops you, you may not survive. Why is that? Us first generation immigrants are trained.
Because they're fed a bunch of bullshit. I mean, not every police officer knows the laws as well as they should. I've seen some officers just trying to enforce some BS just because they wanted to push their authority, and you give them pushback and it just gets worse. But if you're not in the wrong and they are, they end up getting a lawsuit and fired, possibly. But coming from another country, especially Russia, a lot of these third world countries, and Russia's not a third world, it's used to be second world, which was communist. Now I don't know what they are. I guess they might still be third world. But I know a lot of these countries actually have corrupt government officials, including the police. Bribery is actually rampant in several countries around the world. Let's see what else she's got to say.
They tell us that American forces, anybody, any authority who carry arm has a full 100% right to eliminate you right there.
Yeah, I think she was probably in some back alley and some liberal was just telling her this. Or she just heard some ghost story and she actually believed it.
The only cause why they can do this is because if they will feel that you are dangerous to them or to the society. You cannot be responsible.
Okay, now I understand. If they feel you're dangerous and they feel that their life is in danger, which actually means you have to have a weapon in your possession, or they believe that you're reaching for a weapon. And if you're in a car and you reach quickly for an area, that's one of the stupidest things you can do. If you reach outside of his view quickly, they're going to think you're going for a gun, and you may not survive.
Well, how other people feel or what they think. So most immigrants, first generation immigrants, they are 100% sure and aware of rules, how you have to behave when, for example, traffic police stops you or any other authority stops you. Your hands must be on the wheel. You cannot say anything. You cannot move. You cannot move your hands. You cannot even look to the officer without saying so.
Bullshit. You follow directions that the officer gives you, because I don't put my hands on the wheel when I get pulled over, and I don't know of very many people that do. I've been in cars where people have gotten pulled over, and if the officer tells you to put your hands on the wheel, do it. I don't think I've actually even been told to put my hands on the wheel. Yeah, she's been fed a load of bullshit, and either that or she's just dreamt up this bullshit and believes it herself. This is complete lies.
You cannot move your body physically without telling officer, I'm going to move my hand. Officer, I'm going to move my head. This is how immigrants understand the level of importance of American authorities.
No, my wife is actually a first generation immigrant, and she doesn't have that fear of officers or law enforcement in the U.S.
Show me your papers. Or you don't have them? Get in the van. Open the door! The Third Reich, I mean MAGA, will reign for 1,000 years.
I was just following orders, so...
Show me your papers.
They're following lawful orders. We have every right to keep people out of our country that enter illegally. And it is a law that they are breaking, misdemeanor, but still it is a law they're breaking. So anybody that enters the country illegally is actually a criminal for breaking the law.
Quit. How much would it take?
More than your GoFundMe could come up with.
Are you serious? You don't know who I am.
I think you'd be surprised. They don't pay you more than his GoFundMe could come up with.
How much do you make a year? Will you tell us that? What the GS rating rate? Enough.
He was being facetious about GoFundMe because you don't know who's got what in a GoFundMe. And it's... Federal agents are paid on different scales. You have a worker grade scale, and then you have a GS scale, an FG scale, which is similar to GS. Those are the only three that I'm actually familiar with because those are the three that I've dealt with. The GS scale is most likely what these guys are, their ranks are akin to. And the if he's a GS law enforcement, low-level law enforcement, I think is a GS 12 or GS 13 maybe, if he's fully qualified. And that's depending. I was in Florida as a federal employee, and I was one of the lowest paid. That is one of the lowest paid areas, and it was right around $100,000 a year as a GS 13. And so him, if he's from the DC area, he's getting paid a lot more because it's higher cost of living. If he's from it's where his office is. His base is what he's going to get paid at.
So that's what it is. You probably make what, 50,000 maybe? How long have you been serving ICE?
It's less than 50,000.
Less than 50,000, bro.
Yeah.
So I made more as a carpenter, a junior fucking carpenter, not even a fucking master carpenter, than you do as a repressor, as a violator of the Constitution.
I made more as
a...
Less 50,000, I think, is like trainees and custodial positions. WG3, I started out that in Oklahoma, which is low cost of living. WG3 was, I think, 13 an hour back then. And I quickly got promoted to an 8 and then a 10. I might have skipped over 8. I don't remember. It's a while ago. I was a WG10 getting $18 to $20 an hour before I left the area. And then up in Alaska, WG10 up until 2020 was making almost $40 an hour.
Federal, you hear me? Above your pay grade.
If you're so big and bad, stop hiding behind that.
Helmet off. Hey, federal, you hear me? Above your pay grade.
If you're so big and bad, stop hiding behind that.
This is either a skit or AI. It's so short and yeah, I call BS.
Warning, I guarantee you're not going to like the outcome. Go home to your children. It's Sunday.
Yeah, go exactly. Let people go to
You
church.
did not learn from what just happened? Go home to
Learn
your
what?
kids.
And on Friday.
Just let us shoot hanging.
You have it? This thing's not working.
They're trying to say he's flipping them off. He's like, no. Sometimes your hand just goes into a certain form without, because that finger would be a lot straighter if he was flipping them off. Yeah. Grow a thicker skin. He's not actually flipping you off, and he looks like he's actually using that finger to work his phone.
She asked for us to send her a pin.
Yeah, these guys are so full of shit. A terrorist towards ICE agents and their families.
I don't care what they told you. If you guys get in my way, I will arrest you.
Sir, we're just observing. Please calm down.
You can observe all you want.
I am observing. Do you
Stay
see
back.
me in the way? I am bad.
You had anger issues as a kid, didn't you?
Highly doubt he makes $200,000 a year unless he's a regional supervisor, or at least an. I'd have to say I'd have to be a regional supervisor. So, yeah, whoever wrote this is full of shit.
Hey guys, my name is Gia, and I just wanted to give a warning to y'all that there are ICE agents staying at the Hilton Anatole in Dallas. Quite frankly, I don't really care if I lose my job, because I could get in trouble for posting this, but honestly I don't care, because I care more about your families and about unity. So please warn your family if you or somebody who works here is worried about their immigration status. Please let them know. Okay, the Hilton Anatole.
Well, if you want to terrorize ICE agents, you did a good job. And if something happens to an ICE agent that's staying at that hotel, you could be arrested for it, for providing the information. It's called aiding and abetting. Great caption. I'm not going to lie, I mean, that's a good joke. That's the thing about conservatives. We can laugh at each other. We can laugh at ourselves. I mean, I've slipped several times up in Alaska. I mean, walking next to a friend of mine, and my friend, he's like, I knew you were going because I heard tuk, 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 which was my boots slipping on and tapping on the ice, and then I went down.
Watch what ICE just did in Minnesota.
Tear gas, trying to clear a crowd.
Yes, that appears to be tear gas that they're throwing at peaceful protesters after they have already driven past them. This can't possibly be legal. Is that where we want our taxpayer dollars going? Watch what ICE...
You need to show everything, the preamble, the action, and then the postlude. You need to show everything that's going on, not just a small bit. Because I guarantee you, something in that crowd was a reason that they put out tear gas.
Haley, I was on the ground for 5 days. And one thing I did start to notice, they do this in shifts. And I kept hearing this. The first morning that I was there, a woman said, hey guys, we're moving out to the neighborhoods. We hit our goal time. What do you mean goal time? And then another time I heard someone say, oh, I did my shift.
When I hear the word shift, my employment alarm bells go off. Do you think that these people are being paid?
I mean, you kind of start to think so, because when it's 2 p.m. on a Friday, how are you guys out here? I was seeing like working age people out there, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? And then I've talked to protesters who talk about how expensive it is. And then you see the free snacks and then all the effort that goes into it. And you just start asking questions. Are you guys taking PTO to get out there and do this for 5 days? It's tons of people. And somehow the bulk of them seem to be on the same page.
All the signs are already propped up. They're just against the walls. Oh, thank you.
What you do.
Thank you
for everything you do.
Thank you so much. Bless you. Thank you. Hey, Manolo, how you doing? My name is Nate. Nice to meet you. I'm good. How are you? Would you mind doing an interview right now? Can I ask why? You're the leader of the People's Forum. You got $20 million from Roy Neville Singham to protest. Can I ask why you don't want to speak with me right now? Do you deny that you got $20 million to protest? You don't deny that? How are you spending that $20 million to protest? I know you're paying David Chung $75K a year. Anyone else on the payroll? Oh, David, what?
75,000 to jumping around and act a fool? Jeez. Wonder if you actually get your transportation paid for also. Because moving around on 75,000 wouldn't be very easy, especially with the hotel bills. But then again, a lot of these protest groups that I've seen are actually camping out in like pigs in a pig pen.
What's up, man? I didn't recognize you. Hey, you're back, buddy. How you doing? $20 million to paid protest. Won't deny it. Won't deny it. Because it's a fact.
Since the United States captured Maduro, protesters have been out on the streets and active, and for various reasons. But you have to ask yourself, is this organic, or are these paid protesters to manufacture chaos? Watch this.
Shame! Shame!
Do you have a job? Do you have a job?
Shame! I'm getting paid right now! Shame!
And this is not new. This was happening just several months ago at all of the anti-Elon protests.
Yeah, I get paid to be out here. You get paid to be out here?
Geriatric protests?
Amazing. So some pack. You really are getting paid for this? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, definitely. 100% I'm getting paid.
Some of the same people that were at the No Kings protest are now
that was
showing
the
up at the
geriatric
Free
protest, the No
Maduro
Kings.
protests, and people are even making jokes about it. As someone who's interviewed protesters before, you can tell the difference between an organic movement and a manufactured one. An organic movement doesn't have matching signs, the people are not paid, and they're knowledgeable about the issue.
ICE, police brutality, so we're just here in support of all that right now.
And what does Maduro have to do with all that?
Shit, bro, you know, but we're here in support.
One of the well-known strategies of the globalists is to create chaos, to keep us at odds with one another. Because when there's chaos and we are divided, we're easy to manipulate and control. So that hopefully you won't pay attention to the important things like the rollout of digital IDs, restricted speech, and mass surveillance integration. So before you buy into this and pick a side, do your own research and realize there's more than meets the eye. Now the big question is, who do you think is funding all of this? As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this down below.
I have no idea who's funding it all, but it's got to be some deep pockets. I remember seeing truckloads of riots or peaceful protesting gear showing up in California on the videos that I saw. I mean, gas masks, and they even delivered a load of bricks.
And how many hours?
How much you getting an hour?
25 cents.
25, right?
We're getting 25 an hour.
25 bucks. Yeah, you know what? I would do some crazy shit.
So ICE just shot and killed a funky bitch in Minnesota, trying to block them in. And then when they get out the car and tell her to get out, she tried to run one of them over, and he popped that bitch. It's about time, ICE. Because for a minute, I thought y'all was getting soft. All these paid protesters out there, they blocking y'all in and shit. Nobody got shot and died. When the police kill niggas every day. Come on, man.
Actually, black on black crime is a lot higher than law enforcement on black crime is. Yeah, the blacks are killing each other more than the police are. So try again.
Y'all need to stop running up on ICE like that. Blocking them in. The lady blocked them the whole street off trying to block them in. For what? For what? Now she dead and gone, and the Democrats and the liberals want you to feel sorry for this bitch. No, she was out there acting a damn fool.
Yep.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 14th we're going to be protesting, and these are the streets that you need to be on, and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions, and they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, although I...
Something this obvious, I kind of call bullshit too. So this could just be someone making a skit. But I did see the pallets of bricks when they're in LA back at the beginning of the year, and they're besides the pallets of bricks, they're actually just chopping up parts of the city to have rocks to throw. But like I said, I saw gas masks being delivered by pickup trucks and food actually being delivered in Portland by donations, is what they claim. But yeah, the donations are what's paying their wage too.
$100 a day to go protest.
Wait. Here we go.
Go up and they won't. Let's
Here you
go
go.
two in that same series about them getting paid $200 a day to protest. Roll it.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 4th.
Yeah, it sounds like the same one from earlier that it's kind of sketchy. It's obvious.
Be mad.
Trying to take a crap.
Yeah, we're not playing it.
Let's play it. 296, where you identified some of these protesters do this for a living. Play cut 296.
Here's my press credentials.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so who are you with?
Right now I am representing myself, and I'm representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been trained
so Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
marshals.
How much do they pay you to wear this vest?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
So I did some digging, and the woman trying to stop my interview is named Karen Shaw. She is a professional protester. I found her at almost 100 different protests. Let's look at her portfolio, shall we? Here's her outside Trump Tower saying TikTok time's up.
Era la noche del ataque. Un dron RQ-170 Sentinel, que es de reconocimiento furtivo, sobrevoló.
Estamos tratando de preguntarle a venezolanos cómo se sienten con toda esta situación del país.
No, gracias. Sin palabras.
¿Por qué cree que la gente no quiere hablar o quiere, como en su caso, pues que sea solo anónimamente?
El miedo.
Fear is always in the mind of Venezuelans, especially living.
Yeah, even after Maduro is gone, fear is still in the minds because the army is still there, and the people. It was actually not a small percentage of people that were in the streets celebrating.
American warplanes rolled into the Venezuelan capital on the 3rd of January to carry out one of its most audacious military operations, which some experts say was likely illegal. For months, the CIA had been watching the president, Nicolas Maduro, and reportedly located him to a military site on the capital's outskirts, a facility that one resident told the BBC housed Maduro in a bunker. Satellite images of the aftermath show several buildings leveled at the base. A series of strikes in Caracas and surrounding areas had cleared the path for the raid, hitting air defenses, radar sites, and other targets, which meant the US faced...
Yeah, unfortunately, quite a few people died and a very few civilians. Thankfully, only a very few civilians, but it's unfortunate civilians did die in that strike. But that'll be it for today. Thank you for watching. Hit the like and subscribe if you're still here, and follow me for more content. Good night.